There's been a lot of back and forth about a new girl reunion for years, and Max Greenfield just settled it for good. Speaking on Today with Jenna and Chanel this past Friday, Greenfield was asked point blank why the reunion isn't happening. His answer? As far as I know, it's happening. Then he went further. I've seen scripts, he said. They're amazing. That's Schmidt himself, on air, on the record, telling Jenna Bush Hager and Chanel Jones directly. Not a leak. Not an anonymous insider. Greenfield said it to their faces on a live morning show on July 31st. And if you've been following this story for a while, you know how big a shift that actually is. To understand why that quote matters so much, you have to go back to what Greenfield was saying before this. Back in April 2024, while promoting his film Unfrosted, he told comicbook.com it was still too soon to even think about it. I think people are rushing to do these reunions. And I think, what did we wrap that show like 6 or 7 years ago? So I think we're going to wait on it. Then came the part that mattered most. When Liz Meriwether, who created the show, when she has an idea or a script or a way to do it, I'm in. I think it's on her. I don't think it's on Jake and his Spider-Man schedule. I think it's more on Liz. Jake Johnson felt the same way at the time. He told that same outlet he didn't want the cast sitting on a couch and hugging in front of cameras for some forced reunion special. Nick Miller's definitely fatter. He joked, picturing the whole cast dragged back together with fake kids in tow. But he was clear that if Meriwether personally came to him with something real, that was a different conversation entirely. If Liz texted me in the middle of the night and said, I have a great idea for a new girl, that's very different than if Netflix or whatever, Hulu, tried to put something together just to make money on it, he said. But if it came from her, I think we would all for sure listen. So for a long stretch, the entire reunion question came down to one person, Liz Meriwether, and whether she ever showed up with a script. Then came the SAG Awards in February 2025, where Zooey Deschanel and Max Greenfield showed up together to present an award, trading jokes on stage in what turned into one of the more talked about moments of the night. Greenfield later called it such a nice moment, telling Us Weekly, I had so much fun with her, and we had such a good time, and we hadn't connected in that way in a long, long time. Still, he wasn't ready to call it a reunion in progress. I think the further away we get from the ending of the show, that reunion will mean all much more, he said. He did drop one useful detail, though, about where any reunion would likely land. If she really wanted to do it, I would assume it would be through Disney. By March 2026, the tone had shifted again. Jake Johnson brought up a reunion at SXW, teasing that it might actually be moving, with the open question at the time being whether Lamorne Morris was fully on board. Which brings us back to this week, because Morris has been needling Johnson right back. On a recent Today appearance, he joked that Johnson is now the one holding things up, poking fun at him for going Hollywood since joining the cast of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Whether he meant it this way or not, that's almost a direct callback to what Greenfield said 2 years earlier, brushing off the idea that the holdup was on Jake and his Spider-Man schedule. Johnson, for his part, has been talking about the cast in noticeably warmer terms lately, promoting his new Apple TV series, Maximum Pleasure Guaranteed. He told Entertainment Tonight, it's crazy that we've now known each other for 15 years, but what a dream that show was. And the fan base of that show was so fun, and so honestly, being able to do a show like this show is because of that. So it's really a blessing. That's a different Jake Johnson than the one joking about fake kids and couch hugs back in 2024. Greenfield's been saying similar things. Back in February 2026, he told people, if you put us together in any circumstance, we go right back. It's really scary. We all keep in touch in a really beautiful way. I was texting with Jake this morning. Put that next to Friday's comments, and what you get is a cast that never actually drifted apart, paired with a creator who may have finally landed on the idea Greenfield said was the only thing standing in the way. So where does that leave things? Greenfield's own rule has always been simple. Nothing happens until Liz Meriwether has an idea or a script. He just said on live television that the script exists and that he likes it. He didn't say when it's coming out, who beyond the core cast is attached, or whether this lands as a special, a limited run, or a full season. But after 2 years of someday and we'll see what happens, this is the first time anyone from the show has said in plain language that it's actually happening. We'll be watching for what comes next. If Disney, Hulu, or anyone else makes this official, you'll hear about it here first.